What's up, Sparkman family? It's your boy Sparkman, and welcome back to another Market Watch. Now, we took a 2-day break from making videos, so I do apologize for that. But with that being said, the reason for the 2-day break is because I'm actually moving out of my room into a new apartment. And yes, this will be an amazing opportunity for Sparkman, as it will be a new adventure to be on my own for the very first time. So very excited, very nervous as well. Hopefully, knock on wood, we will have Wi-Fi and everything up tomorrow, so that way we consistently put out videos, continuously, as we've been doing so far, these past few months as well. And again, I appreciate all the subscribers, new subscribers, the support for the channel. It's been a very wonderful sight to see, and I don't take it for granted. I'm very appreciative of everybody checking out the videos. But let's get right to Market Watch, because you're here for market and what's going on here. And again, we missed out 2 days, so we have a lot to talk about as well. Now, the 25th anniversary tin Dueling Mirrors case is going down in price. Now, we talked about it. There's a lot of people just buying singles and people not really buying into sealed products. So a lot of stores and a lot of people that have cases or purchase a lot of cases, now they're just trying to get rid of it because they realize, again, it's just not very favorable to keep this, because if we look at past tin cases, it goes down heavily in price. Here's what I'll say to this, and keep this in mind, everybody. I do think there is some value into these tins and keeping them sealed. And I say this for the perspective of the way you have to look at it. The ratios are not in your favor, and there'll be low listings of a lot of cards here in the market. A lot of people not really willing to get rid of their cards, which will cause prices to start to increase in a lot of cards here as well. And again, there's a lot of great meta cards in this set, so we can't take this set for granted either. And again, the prices have not gone down. They've been very steady in the prices, very stagnant. A lot of prices have escalated up. We're not really seeing prices come down. At least if we're seeing prices come down, it's for cards that people really don't want versus the cards that people really do need, that are escalating in price or stay stagnant. So just keep that in mind as well. A lot of people are talking about, oh, prices are going down here, prices are going down here. Yeah, but not prices for the cards people really need, right? Your SPL Knight, your Wanted. I've been seeing, for example, Sky Crisis go up. We'll talk about a few other cards that are going up or might go up in price as well in the coming few tabs here as well. But again, the other issue to this as well is that the tin value will actually might skyrocket here, because once those low listings happen on the back end on TCG Player and people aren't able to pick up the cards they need, what are people going to have to do? They're then going to have to buy into sealed products, into sealed tins and cases of this to then pull the cards they need, because then again, the prices are not going to be in their favor. And then the issue with these tins on top of that as well is that there's clumping and, again, the ratio issue. So there's going to be a lot of very weird stuff happening in the market, especially with this set. And I think we won't see a normal price tag of reprints like we have in past years until we get another set of reprints for a lot of these meta cards as well. So again, the market's going to be very wayward with a lot of the market stuff in terms of the prices of singles and sealed for this set especially. But I think at $165, which puts at, I think, $13.83 per tin at this price tag, is an amazing price tag, if I'm being completely honest with you. Yes, there'll be opportunities where you open a tin and you will not see that favorable price profit in your favor. And it's been a lot of cases where I see a lot of people open up cases where the clumping is an issue, where they're getting a lot of the same cards and a lot of the same cards that aren't good and the prices are not in your favor, versus a lot of people that are getting a lot of cards they do need. I've seen someone open up a case and get 3 SPL Knight, so shout out to that person as well, and that is insane to me. So you'll have your favorable cases where you'll have a lot of people pulling amazing stuff from their Dueling Mirrors case, versus those that are just seeing a lot of just repeats of the bad things as well. So there's been issues with that. So Konami has to definitely fix this going forward into next year, as we've I think the whole public and the community has made this much of an issue going forward, and hopefully don't replicate this going forward as well with a lot of reprint sets, but especially the tins moving forward into next year as well. Now, one thing we have to talk about as well is the Dark Magician Girl alternate art. This has escalated in price, and I mean escalated. This was about $17 to $18 on release and after pre-release, it was around that price. And, I thought, okay, maybe it might go down a little bit and then maybe escalate a little bit up. But no, this not just escalated a little bit up. This escalated a lot up. And I'm talking about price tag of 18, but now we're seeing close to $20 to $30. So it's getting to that $30 price point. And a lot of the OG cards that we're seeing here is starting to escalate in price. We talked about, the Blue Eyes White Dragon going from $20 to then $30 almost immediately overnight. This is happening now with the Dark Magician Girl alternate artwork. We're seeing a lot of cards get to that point where, people are, wanting to collect certain things. They need certain things for their deck. So a lot of things are starting to escalate in price. And again, ratio's not in your favor. So these prices are going to, be kind of what it is at this point when we see these things. And it's at the point where we kind of understand why it's at that point as well, which we shouldn't, but, at the same time, we have to. And that's the unfortunate part about it. Crimson Dragon is another card that is probably on a turn to go up as well. So we saw $5 there. We're seeing $6 now, going up $1, but just keep that in mind that this one is probably going to go up as well. We talked about Centurions making, a little bit of a wave, a comeback as well with, mixing with Ryziel, which I've seen some packages do it. So there are opportunities for certain cards or certain archetypes in the current meta to work with future archetypes that are going to be very powerful in the coming months as well. So just keep that in mind. We have some archetypes that are going to look really good and that will work out with a lot of current day cards as well, Crimson Dragon being one of them. So it definitely is going up in price, so just be aware of that if you do want to pick up your price point of Crimson Dragon at an earlier rate. And $6, again, it's nothing in the bucket that you can't spend right now, especially for a card that was seeing price points at Duelist Nexus for $20+ at one point. So again, at a reprint price of $6, you really can't go wrong. And again, sometimes the ratio is not in your favor, and I mean, at $6 at a good card, that being Crimson Dragon, is a pretty good one at that. Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils is going up in price as well. We saw prices as low as $16, now escalating to $18 and above. And if you can see here, 19 is not far off into the 20 now. Wow, okay, so basically almost hitting 20. So just be aware of that as well, everybody. This one is going up in price as well. That means the original printing of Wanted is probably going to be up as well, so just keep that in mind. Retro Pack, we talked about Retro Pack in our previous Market Watch being at 140, and I was just puzzled and confused as to why that was at 140. Again, it's a very exclusive product here, everybody. So not entirely sure why this was at 140. Even at 167, 180, I think it's still a steal. There should be 200+ at least. Like, this is insane that this is under $200. I think picking it up under $200 is going to be a smart move, at least for now, unless they say, oh, we're going to do another wave of these reprintable booster boxes. And, that might cause the price to really shift down. But as of right now, I don't see them doing that. And the release of these booster boxes was so exclusive that, most of us didn't even think it was real. That's how exclusive it was, because people were like, is that really real? Did that really come out? But it did. And, just a few stores in the entire country really got these booster boxes. So, just keep that in mind, everybody. It was very limited to the stores, exclusive in the regard that it was only like 2 or 3 cases per store. So again, very small handful of people have this product sealed, that is, and we have a lot of people opening a product, which I really do not recommend opening up this booster box. I recommend you just going to Target or GameStop and just purchasing the retail boxes to open up for fun, whereas you can just save this and it'll probably be worth a lot of money in the future if you're asking me personally. Again, I'm no financial advisor, but I just give you my best financial take as a person that's just reading the market and seeing what's going on as well. But yeah, this looks like a great investment if you're asking me. Number 31, Embodiment of Punishment. This one is definitely has escalated in price within the few months we've been talking about it. It definitely does need a reprint at this point. It probably will get a reprint soon, but we'll see what happens as well. But now its brother as well, number 13, Embodiment of Crime as well, is also escalating in price, right? We talked about a $4 price point. Now we're seeing price points closer to what? $12 basically. So just be aware of that as well. So we are seeing price points move upwards for these cards. So I do think an upcoming reprint is probably going to be viable and a necessary thing for these things. And again, a lot of things didn't get reprinted in those tins, so we're probably going to see them in either Bonanza or another set coming up as well. So just be aware of these things if you do have and you do want to get rid of it, or if you do want to pick it up because you do believe that there probably won't be a reprint and there'll probably be more money in this to come. But if you're asking me, I would sell off personally if you're not using it, because I do see an upcoming reprint, especially for these cards as well. Fiendsmith Track, some people have been, I think, using quantities of 3 in their deck in this, new format we're going into in the next few months. So just be aware of that this might actually see more play, more use, and more people buying into it. So the price might escalate just a little bit. So just be aware of that moving forward as well. Now, the Core Century Trinity box gives us some information about certain things here, that being Dragon Maid, Punk, and Orcus cards getting some support in this set. So that means we gotta look at the market. Chamber Dragon Maid has gone up insanely in price as well. The Starlight has just escalated in price. And we talked about Starlight's not really being what it once was, but when we see certain cards get support in their archetypes, we're going to see a lot of things like Chamber Dragon Maid that doesn't have a QCR, that only has a Starlight Rare, go up in price. Just give them time. Konami will probably make this a QCR, but we'll see what happens with this one as well. But for right now, this one is escalating in price, that being the Starlight Rare, so we'll see how far this goes up, and we'll keep an eye on this one. And just be aware that a lot of the Dragon Maid cards will probably escalate in price as well, as we look at the high to low here. So just be aware moving forward as well. We look at the Punk cards as well, so just be aware of that moving forward, that these cards might escalate in price as well. And again, you just want to be in early rather than later while the cards are on a cheaper price rate. And I say cheaper, and I do quotes because again, they've already taken off with, again, probable support coming. And we talked about Orcus Harp Power a few days ago, and why it was escalating, and now the reason why. It was around $28, and now seeing price points closer to what? Yes, 72, basically tripling its value and more from what it was once at. So that's insane. Dragon Master Magia, yes, everybody, it has been that time. It's gotten there. It is $1,000, and I say $1,000 because we do have a sale at what? $1,000. So $999, basically $1,000, and we're seeing listings basically at near mint now, only at that price tag. So just be aware this one has gone up even further in price. Shockingly, I told everybody that it was going to come, even though I don't believe it's this price tag. It was just going to come because people are trying to get it to that point, and they're just buying out copies at this point to get it to where they need to be, where they can then profit themselves at some point to see the price point they want to see as well. So a lot of people picked up multiple copies at a cheaper price point, that being at $800 and all these different price points, to then sell it back for, yes, minimal gain, but again, they'll probably have multiple quantities to then have that gain as well. And then there are people that do see this card as $1,000 card and don't see it being reprinted, and I laugh at that because again, we talked about Blue Eyes getting some support very soon, and I think Konami, as much as they would I think a lot of people believe that Konami cares about the collectible market. I think we've seen the past few months that they really don't care about the collectible market at all. If anything, they have spit in the face of a lot of collectors. So I think for people thinking that they care is kind of a joke at this point, because I think they're definitely going to screw you over, especially if you're thinking that this price tag is going to stick for a very long time. I think you're looking at this price tag for a very short amount of time. So if I was you, and you have this card, and you bought it for a cheaper price tag, maybe at $600, maybe at $500, whatever it was, I would sell it. I would personally sell it, especially if you're not using it. I would sell it. They're going to make this copy available in some regard. That's just my personal opinion, because again, Konami has shown time and time again they do not care about you, the collector. So if you think they do, I don't know what to tell you. I think we've been proven the past few months that they don't. Ultimate Slayer has been going up in price as well. We covered this card a few weeks ago, or maybe a month or two ago. And Rare Collection 2 had come out, and I was telling people, a good card pickup is like Ultimate Slayer, and it was very cheap. It was very cheap, everybody. At one point, it was like $5 for this one. And now we're seeing price points closer to $15, $14 even. Yeah, you can see price points are just increasing here, $18 basically soon. So, just be aware of these things, everybody. We talked about a lot of these cards just being undervalued, underappreciated. And again, these effects are amazing. So, why would it be underappreciated? Who knows? But again, it once was, and now we're seeing price points to what I believe it should be at, and probably going to continue to go up higher as well. As again, very underappreciated copy as well. And at a QCR, you expect this to go up as well if people are going to start using it as well. Abyss Dweller. We talked about Abyss Dweller as well being a QCR and going to be seeing some play, whether it be in the new water archetype that's coming out of Rage of the Abyss, or The hat format. Yes, we have hat format. So people are starting to get very much appeal to this type of format, and they are very much enjoying to see new formats come about, especially with a very stale Tier 0 format in Yu-Gi-Oh! And with power creep continue to happen with a lot of these sets coming out, a lot of people are getting fed up of, just playing the current day format of Yu-Gi-Oh! And rather play older formats like Hat, like Edison, like Goat, to actually enjoy those fun times they once had in Yu-Gi-Oh! That is. So another card we have to keep in mind as well is Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charge. The Ultimate Rare is going up in price. And I was very happy about this card for about, I think it was $15 at the time in July. And now definitely seeing price points definitely in my favor. $50 now for this one, so definitely happy I was able to buy it early. It's just a lot of these cards that are in like Astral Pack, that are Ultimate Rares, that are very cheap. At some point in time, they will definitely escalate in price. And again, hat format being a thing now, is escalating a lot of these cards and prices. It's no surprise with this one. Again, it's no surprise. Number 61 is another card that is something to keep your eye on as well. We are having a lot of people buy out in a lot of these copies of hat format cards. Again, we look at, just look at the days. We've had a lot of people just buy out of things. So, 30 listings might not seem that low to a lot of people. But keep in mind, these listings were very high at one point. And now dropping down 30 on both ends here for number 61, that price point will tend to increase as well moving forward. So, we're looking at dollar copies right now. Don't take that for granted moving forward. Tires is another card. I was happy I was able to pick this up for very cheap as well. I think I picked this up when it was around $8. So, very nice to see now the price point pretty much in my favor. Wow, near mint, and this is Italian, $50. Everything else is lightly played, or yeah, pretty much lightly played. So very happy I was able to pick this up as well. So there's a lot of cards you just, you want to keep an eye on as well. And if you have, Generation 4 Secret Rares, stocked up somewhere, maybe start to look at some of these copies because they're going up in price. Gaga Cowboy is another perfect example. I was very happy I was able to purchase this card at one point. I think it was at 35 a few months ago. So, you look at the prices now, everybody. They're definitely not in your favor now to pick it up. But again, you're probably going to have to at this point because they're very low listings. And people are not going to really be willing to get rid of these types of cards because, again, they're not all over the place to get rid of as well. So, a lot of these cards were very hard to pull back in the day. And getting them for a low price point was very hard even a few months ago, let alone now at $80. That price point is going to continue to escalate. I don't see it going down as well, especially if hat format succeeds. And a lot of people are very hyped for that as well. And again, a lot of people are very hyped to just go into different formats. So just no surprise with this one as well. Number 50, Black Ship of Corn is another one. Keep in mind, everybody, these prices are escalating as well. Constellar Pleiades is another perfect example of a card that was once a very good card back in the day. So no surprise with this one escalating in price. Number 106 is a perfect example as well. Artifactor Rendell, the Ultimate Rare, is going up in price as well. We see price points closer to what we see here, $20. I think this card was about like $4 or $5 at one point. So insane to see price points now at this. But let's go down. Let's go check it. Near mint, light play $6. Near mint $6. Near mint $6. So yeah, just keep that in mind, everybody. Like, it was very cheap to get these copies, especially for the unlims as well. So definitely saw price points at a cheaper rate back a few weeks ago. But now we're just not seeing that as people have been buying them out. Again, 23 listings. It doesn't seem like that little, but it is little compared to, when you're looking at an older set. Again, not very available to the public, that is. Okay, the next card we have to look at as well is Steel Swarm Roach. This one is also escalating price, and it just seems Steel Swarm Roach and yes, Evil Swarm X Tonite are both cards that are always a necessity. And we talked about, a future, deck, an archetype like Ryzeal that's going to be using these types of rank 4 cards. No surprise with this one going up as well. And I just wanted to correct my mistake from last Market Watch. I don't know why it blanked on my head that Lavalva Chain was banned, but it is banned. But people are picking up this copy because of hat format. So that's the reason why this is escalating, not because of Ryzeal. So I do apologize on my part for, misspeaking on that one or having misinformation. But again, that is the reason why it's now escalating, is because of hat format. But yeah, I don't know why I brain farted last Market Watch as to the reason why I was thinking this was playable. It's actually banned, everybody. But yes, in hat format, it is available, and that's why it's going up in price as well. Number 101, there's many reasons as to why number 101 is going up. Again, there's, new War Sport coming out in Rage of the Abyss, hat format, so a lot of, things going forward in the right direction for number 101 as well. So just keep that in mind. But that's pretty much it for Market Watch. I hope you guys enjoyed the market today. I'm actually going to do an opening. Where did I put the stuff? Right here, of these 3 mystery packs from an Instagram seller, which I'll mention very soon. So if you want to stick around, you can stick around for that. I know this is going to be a longer video, so guys, hope you don't mind that as well. But again, if you enjoy Market Watch, make sure to go hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment. But let's get right into this opening as well. All right, everybody. So we have our mystery packs to open here. And what's crazy is that I've been pretty much, moving a lot of my things out of my place here. And I found these 3 mystery packs laying around. And I can't believe I never opened them. So it's really awesome to actually find this and now open them. Hopefully the cards did not damage because they were under a pile of things. But shout out to my boy Yorkshire, because that's who sent this to me at the time. And he actually sent it as like a little token. So this was really awesome. So let's see what we get in here as well. Hopefully we get some pretty awesome cards. The last go around that we opened of Yorkshire's things, we got really good stuff. So hopefully the same applies here. Polymerization, that's always nice. Light Law Medium, Sunlit Sentinel, Amphibious, okay, Crown Tengu, Despian Comedy, Arm Dragon Blitz, Basil Rose Shoot, and ooh, cool, a little pendulum action right here. Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon Overlord, so not bad. I'll always take a cool holo like that. Which is this from? Let's see. Does it say? Ghost from the Past 2. Okay. Ghost from the Past 2. Always cool to get Ghost from the Past 2 cards. Those cards tend to escalate in price sometimes, so always nice to see that as well. Go-Go Talisman. Okay. Shadow Deliver. Ooh. This is an older card. That's really nice. Snake Fang. Okay. Peacock. All right. Definitely check out Peacock these days because they got some good shows like The Office. Favorite Hero. Oh, baby. Flamewing Man. A Hero Lives, a little hero action, let's go. Perform Puppet, okay, and Vision Hero Minium Ray. Okay, we talked about a lot of hero cards going up in Market Watch all the time, so maybe some good market movement for Vision Hero, maybe? We'll see. So far, we pulled 2 Ultras, which is not bad. I'm always enjoying pulling holos. Let's see what we get out of our last mystery pack. So this is just a really cool final mystery opening. I don't really expect anything too crazy from this as well, but if we do get a cool card, hey, it's always awesome. Evo Karma, Notoria Marin, Fiery Fervor, Bonilla, Watt Cancel, always love my Watt cards, Daybreaker as our rare, Evo Karma as a common, Wind Up Warrior, and Vision Hero Poisoner. Ooh, okay, a little vision or just hero support action here we got going. So cool. 3 cool ultra rares. You know what, I'm just gonna give this away because why not. But yeah, if you guys are interested in the giveaway, we're just gonna give away these 3 cards. All you have to do is subscribe, like, and comment down below. But really awesome. And yeah, really happy to do this cool little opening here, little mystery pack action. But again, thank you everyone for supporting the channel, checking out the video. From yours truly, Sparkman, we'll catch you next one. Please subscribe and comment, and peace out, YouTube.